All right, guys, so welcome to an episode of BT Talks. My name is Unique, and I'm here with Shameik Moore.
What's the word?
How are you?
You know, one foot in front of the other.
So we're out here because Spider-Man Across the Spideyverse is about to drop.
Mm-hmm.
And what did it feel like coming back to this role?
I feel lucky. Feel blessed. I'm excited. I'm getting more excited as we get closer and closer. But I'm excited for people to see it more than anything. 'Cause I got to check it out. So it's like a breath of relief.
So how would you say Miles has grown since the last time we've seen him?
Well, it's been a year and a half in between each movie. And in the first film, we see Miles kind of, he's struggling, taking that leap of faith. But he takes that leap of faith. He embraces the fact that he's Spider-Man. By the end of the movie, he figures out how to use his powers and he gets his friends home and then he defeats Kingpin and we kind of stop there. In the second film, he's comfortably Spider-Man. But he's bored with the petty thefts and like the low-level villains. He's looking for challenges and he's trying to be the best version of himself and test himself and get another championship ring basically. And we kind of follow him on that journey as he's seeking that validation from himself and from others. He realizes that it's more of an internal thing. It's about like how you wear the mask, really, and following your own moral compass. So
speaking of that, because I know in the original Tobey Maguire version, the motto is with great power comes with great responsibility. So with this one, it's like it's anyone can wear the mask, but it's how you wear the mask that makes you a hero. So like, what is the significance in like changing the outlook on that?
I think it's just adding on. Miles Morales is learning from Peter Parker. But we can't forget that Miles Morales exists because Peter Parker exists. With great power does come great responsibility still. But in order to embrace that power and responsibility, you have to take a leap of faith. And while taking a leap of faith, it's important to know that you're not bigger or better than anybody. We're all different and important in our own ways. So anyone and everyone can wear the mask. And in this new movie, we bring attention to how you wear the mask. You could be a reporter, an actor, an athlete, a teacher, race car driver, whatever it is that you do, that's your superpower, that's your mask, right? So when you're amongst your peers, and people that get it, it then becomes like your fingerprint. That's what matters, your choices, your discernment, your character, that's what matters. So as an actor, for example, I've been really focused on purposeful impact, not just making movies, not just getting fly, making music. It's not like that's fun, that's cool, that's culture, but I think having a real impact on humanity has become something I think, I would like to do, with wearing my mask as Shameik Moore. I think I want to add to the quality of life and humanity.
Speaking of the impact, like, how did it feel that first Halloween when you saw all these kids dressed up as Miles Morales?
It's funny. I'm not really outside on Halloween. Okay. I've never celebrated Halloween, but I do see a lot of people dress up as Spider-Man all the time. I see people dress up as Shaolin Fantastic from the get down, to be honest. Like I'll go to Comic-Cons and meet a lot of fans and, sign their memorabilia, and 80% of them are dressed up like Spider-Man, Walking in New York, there's a lot of Spider-Man suits, or even in LA, so it's interesting, honestly. It's just like, okay, I can't wait to put on the spider suit, to be honest.
Speaking of that, how would you play, if given an opportunity, because I know you want to possibly be a live action version of Miles Morales. So if given the opportunity to do that, how would you play it differently in a live action version than you do in an animated version?
I would embrace the animated version. It's already my voice, so I think my voice performance would stay or continue and probably evolve because my physicality gets to come into it. Well, the animators animate to my, like, they look at me voice, like they record the voice actors perform the lines.
Mhm.
So they animate Miles and Gwen and all the other actors based off of like, you know, us. But when I look at the film, there are a lot of mannerisms and things about the characters that I like to pay attention to. So I would look at that to keep, you know, Miles's twang, you know, and physicality, and bring it to my physicality purposefully as Miles Morales, you know, live action version. And I would put my soul into that opportunity. So hey, y'all could bet that would be an iconic performance.
How do you go about bringing like all that energy?
I have great directors, honestly. This time around, we got to work with Kemp Powers, who also directed the animated film Soul. I don't know if you guys, I know somebody saw Soul, you know, yeah, Soul. So Chris and Phil from the first film, they brought in Kemp, and you know, I can trust the directors to tell me where I need to be. And we've been working on this film for like 4 years. I do probably 3 sessions a month, 6 or 7 hours per session, you know what I'm saying? So they have more than enough voice performance and direction and etc. to pull the audio we hear together for the film.
So switching things up real quick, because you know Wu-Tang just had its final season, and with this season we got to see how complicated the road to success was for them.
Yeah.
What was some comparisons in their story that you saw in your own?
Comparisons in the story, I mean, we all got friends and homies that, you know, we beef with, you know what I'm saying? But if we came together, we could probably be stronger on some on that energy. I mean, I know when people saw that, they, you know, they thought, think about, I mean, I hate but love this comparison, Thug and Lucci, you know? That, them two coming together would be insane for the Black community as an entirety, like the culture on some like music, but also coming together. Like that's what Wu-Tang showed us, you know what I mean? And there's so many examples like that, you know? So I think on a bigger story, because that's like the more, you know, street level, just as a people, as a community, or even as just humanity, coming togetherness is so important, because when you band together, you can create something that will last forever and have real impact. I mean, just as a solo individual, you know, Wu-Tang existence allowed me to portray my version of Raekwon the chef that also has re-energized, you know, that spirit for the Wu-Tang fans. So many people walk up to me in New York on some like, nah, you are Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then there's people that have no idea, that didn't grow up with Wu-Tang, and they see the show and they see me as Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? So Wu-Tang is living forever.
You know, speaking on your ability to pour your soul into these characters, because like you said, you really are Raekwon. Yeah. How do you take yourself out of who you are to play these individuals and like really show who they are? I
am not a traditional actor. I don't think I my approach is a little different, but I like to find a part of myself. I don't really like to act, like turn on like this like performance, you know? So I was walking around feeling like I was Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to people like I was Raekwon in New York. Like I was walking, I was eating, I was handling my whole energy, my demeanor, all of that. Like I met him, he blessed me with his presence a couple of times, and I just really, you know, took as much as I could. You know, I was paying attention to how he greeted me, how he was talking to his mans, you know, how the look on his face when he was telling me a story, how he was eating, how he was walking away. All of that gave me what I needed to give y'all what y'all needed. So yeah, and I'm not Raekwon the chef. I am Shameik Moore, but I hope he feels, you know, like I did his story justice.
Who exactly is Shameik Moore to the core?
See, I'm working on relatability, you know, so it's hard for me. I'm very confident on the inside. So me speaking, I don't want to be doing this, you know, but I hope end all be all, if I'm here for 100 years, you know, I hope people feel like Shameik Moore to the core was empathetic with his talents for humanity. You know what I mean? Shameik Moore down to the core should be love and confidence and like strategy, and I'm gonna just keep putting out art, and that's all. I got a vision, you know. I just want to be used. I want to be a vessel. It ain't me. It's not Shameik Moore. This is just a suit that the spirit was put in, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just letting the space that I take up the space. You know what I'm saying? I wake up one foot in front of the other, and the rest is in the stars.
Okay, well, I think that's all the time I have for you today. So thank you for talking with us today.
Absolutely.
And I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you.
On everything that comes your way.
Thank you so much.